Hi. First of all, thank you so much for signing up for the Berlin Online IV. We're very excited to host the tournament, but because this is the first online tournament that we've hosted and likely the first online tournament for many speakers, we decided to make this helpful and fun informational video to show you how the tournament is going to work, the type of software that you need, and various procedures that we have set up for speakers and judges in order to facilitate a smooth tournament environment. The main piece of software that we're going to be using for this tournament is called Zoom. For those of you who don't know, Zoom is an online video meeting application that is used very widely in the corporate world. In fact, I would say most companies are using it right now, outside of the 3 or 4 companies which refuse to let Skype for Business die the quiet death that it deserves. At the beginning of the tournament, we're going to require everyone to register on Zoom with us, like any other tournament check-in. We're going to have 3 Zoom links posted on our Facebook page. In order to make sure that registration goes smooth, because we have a high amount of people, the first letter of your team name is going to denote which of these Zoom chat rooms that you should go into. So we'll have the first third of the alphabet, the second third of the alphabet, the third third of the alphabet. So if your team name is a pair of people, then you would go into the A room if your team name was, or the first room if your team name was Zoom, then you would go into the last room. Okay, after you've done registration, or at registration, you'll be required to show that you have a webcam, a microphone, and a relatively stable internet connection. And also that you've watched this video, of course, so you have a general idea of how the tournament is going to be run. After everyone has been registered, we'll post the main link to the tournament room. And in order to get that, you'll go ahead and just click Join Meeting. The main link will be on the Facebook page. And in this case, I'm using the ID, but you can also join directly from a web link. This is very important in terms of how you register, and you'll also get checked at this at registration. But it's very critical that you just make sure that your name is your real name. So no meme lord names, no fun debate related names, just please your name exactly as it stands on registration. And this is going to help us facilitate a good draw. It's going to make it way easier when we're actually moving people into the rooms that they need when they debate. The last thing you need to note is that if you're a judge, we would prefer that if you put a J before your name and then a space and then your name. This serves 2 purposes. It first lets us make sure that we know that there are the appropriate amount of judges in a room at a glance. And secondly, it allows speakers in a room to easily identify the judge and make sure that this is a person who should or should not be doing certain things. I would recommend turning off your video, although it's also an option you can definitely leave on, because then you're going to join the main lobby. So click Join. This is what the main lobby of the tournament is going to look like. The BDU, our host, will be sharing their screen in which we'll have any information or any draws or basically anything that is needed to run the tournament is going to be displayed on their screen. Over here, you're going to have a complete view of every single person in the chat room. In this case, in the tournament, it's probably going to be over 200 people. You can go into a gallery view where you can see everyone, or you can have an active speaker view where the active speaker is going to be highlighted. We recommend switching to the gallery view, especially for debates. When you're in the main lobby, note that everyone is going to be force muted. So obviously we don't think it's a good idea that 200 people are going to be talking into their microphone at once, although you will be able to see everyone at the point where you select gallery view. The chat, however, will remain unmuted. So you have the option to type, "Hi, this is a chat message." And you can also message other people as well. So if you have a specific question or want to talk to your partner, you can private message as well. It's critical that we want to say that the chat on Zoom be reserved for tournament matters only. So if you have an extremely pressing technical issue, or if you have another type of, or a question for the CAs perhaps, then that's something you could put in the tournament chat. The CAs would be able to respond there. Everyone would be able to see it. That would be good. All other chat, we would prefer if it happens in the Discord, and then that way we can make sure that we have a clean slate basically for everything to happen tournament related without like a debate version of Twitch chat, which, good God. All you need to do then is basically wait until the draw is made. And at the draw, we'll just scroll down a tabby cat draw like normal, like any other tournament that you've ever been to, where you'll see your judges, you'll see the room you're assigned in, and you'll see what position you're speaking. And then once the draw has ran through and we're ready, everyone will be automatically assigned into what is called a breakout room. A breakout room is a feature of Zoom that allows you to move participants into smaller subrooms, and that's going to be where we're going to be holding the debates. So I'm about to be moved into a breakout room. And here I'm joining a breakout room called the Global Poor. It might take a few minutes. And here I'm in the breakout room with all of the other people that'll be involved in the debate. So in this case, we have Elena, my phone, which is called Real Human, and myself at the moment. Immediately as you join the breakout room, you should make sure that you are muted, and the judge should also make sure that you are muted. And we recommend that you remain muted the entire time, except if you are the judge or the timekeeper, in which case you can just have your timing app open on your phone and leave yourself unmuted so that speakers can hear when you give them announcements. Additionally, you unmute yourself to ask POIs, and you can also unmute yourself for POI interjections. So maybe once a minute if you wanted to say something like POI on that, please engage, this kind of thing. These things are acceptable to unmute yourself, but otherwise, please be muted the majority of the time. We also recommend that you just leave your video on, and again, that you're in gallery view. Gallery view is very important because when people are asking POIs during the round, you'll need to be able to see them. We recommend that all speakers use a piece of paper to ask POIs, so they write their team position on it, so they say OG, and then they just hold that up to the camera, so it becomes very obvious to people that a team is asking a POI. But like I said before, you can also use interjections, or you can just raise your hand. Unfortunately, Zoom doesn't have any capability to form sub-breakout rooms. This means that if you want to prep with your partner while you're in the debate, you have to have a different form of communication that you can talk with your partner with while you're muted in the main Zoom call. Fortunately, we have another solution available for you that you can use if you would like. We have a Discord server that we've made for the tournament, but you can also use your preferred type of communication. You can call them on Facebook Messenger, you can call them on WhatsApp, you can call them on a normal phone call if you are worried about your internet for whatever reason. More on the Discord server slightly later. But as you're prepping, so you make sure you're muted, you're prepping with your partner. At the end of 15 minutes, the judge will unmute themselves and they'll call the room to order, and then you'll have a debate just like you would ordinarily have a debate in a room. After you are finished with the debate and it's time for the judges to deliberate, you're going to click Leave Breakout Room. Note that you should only click Return to the main session. You absolutely should not click Leave Meeting. Note that you should only click Return to the main session. You absolutely should not click Leave Meeting. Note that you should only click Return to the main session. You absolutely should not click Leave Meeting. If you leave meeting, it might come to be that you get removed from the breakout room and you'll need to be reassigned by whoever we have responsible for reassigning people into breakout rooms. So once you're in the main lobby, you're just going to be seeing the draw or whatever information we have on the screen, and everyone else will be leaving into the main lobby as well. During this time that you weren't in the breakout room and you were like waiting on adjudication, on our Discord server, we have rooms made for every single room in the debate tournament. So if you were in the Global Poor room, like I am right now, you could join the Global Poor room with everyone else from your debate, and that's where you could congratulate each other on having a nice debate, talk about the debate, explain how the motions were imbalanced, etc. So this is what you can do. These are like limited to 10 people per channel, so it is meant for the people like immediately after the room. We don't want like everyone conglomerating in these channels, but if you want to talk with more people, we have a Hangout 1 and Hangout 2 room with 20 people caps, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, we have a channel called The Voice Pit, which has absolutely no cap on users. So theoretically, everyone in the tournament could be talking at once. That's where we would like most of the like fun chat, social aspects of the tournament to happen. We want to have most of the official tournament stuff happening on Zoom. Once we've confirmed that all rooms are finished, we're going to be starting a 15-minute adjudication timer. And this will be all of the time the judges have to deliberate. So 15 minutes is fine because we're not starting until all rooms are finished, so everyone is guaranteed at least 15 minutes, but many people might get longer. And we'll announce via global Zoom chats basically what's happening. So we'll say there are 5 minutes remaining in adjudication time. See, you can see this appears like a banner right here for everyone in Zoom. It doesn't matter what breakout room you're in, doesn't matter if you're a judge or a speaker, everyone will get the announcement that 5 minutes is left. We'll do that for 3, 2, 1 probably, and then at the end of 1, all speakers will be moving back into their breakout room. So in order to do that, you click Join Breakout Room, you see the breakout room that you're currently assigned to, and then you'll click Join Breakout Room again. All speakers are coming back, ready or not, doesn't matter, they're coming. So if you're a judge, we would highly recommend calling a vote and distributing speaks in the last 2 minutes of your round, right? Because speakers will be coming back in. Once you're in the room, the judges can deliver their feedback and their call, and you'll have plenty of time in order to stay in the room to do this. So we've allotted 15 minutes, but the schedule allows for extra time because we'll have to be doing the second draw. We're not going to be closing the breakout rooms, so you can stay pretty much as long as you want. Just I wouldn't stay longer than 20 or 30 minutes just to make sure that we have a good tab on everyone who's connected. As far as technical procedures and how the tournament is going to be run, that's about everything we need to know at this point. There are 2 more pieces of information I'd like to share though. The first of which is that the tournament is going to be streamed on YouTube. We're going to try to stream at least one room during every single in-round, and we'll also be streaming the out-rounds. The YouTube link will be posted a little bit later. Secondly, speakers, you might have noticed that there is a record button on Zoom. You don't have to worry about this. We'll make sure that that record feature, even if the button is there, is disabled so that speakers aren't able to record you without your consent. The YouTube stream will of course only be done in rooms which all speakers are consenting to it, and if you see the observer and you still want to revoke your consent, that's something that you'll always have the option to do. Finally, the full written version of the tournament guide is currently being finished and will be posted in the next day or 2. It includes a written version of all of the policies that we've talked about here. It includes links of the software that we require, as well as download links and system requirements. It includes detailed procedures such as check-in and exactly how we're going to do draw and rounds. Finally, there is an important section on rule considerations made by the CA team in light of the fact that this is an online tournament. Questions like, what happens if a chair disconnects? What happens if speakers are hard to understand or disconnect for a part of their speech? Or our process for how we're going to deal with it if an entire team disconnects. You can read all of these through when it's posted in a day or 2. That about wraps up everything we have to say in this video. We're very excited to host this tournament. It is the first tournament we've hosted, but we've put in a lot of effort to make sure that everything is going to go as smoothly as possible. We have a lot of people working on it, and we think it will be a fun, enjoyable, and competitive tournament for everyone involved. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through Facebook. You can comment on this video, and on behalf of the entire Berlin Debating Union, the OrgComm, and the CA team, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.